Today we're taking on the coldest city on Earth, Yakutsk, Russia, where temperatures plummet to a mind-numbing -70 degrees Celsius. We'll witness how locals keep cars running around the clock, turn entire buses into moving ovens, and risk freezing wheels on epic winter roads. Despite such an unforgiving climate, Yakutians have learned to adapt every aspect of daily life to these conditions, especially transport. From personal cars that must be meticulously insulated and sometimes left running for months at a time, to public buses battling ice-laden roads, to heavy trucks negotiating treacherous winter highways, to the trains that bring essential goods into the heart of Siberia, each mode of transport has a unique method of surviving Yakutia's piercing cold. Below is a closer look at how locals manage cars, buses, trucks and trains in this remarkable region. For many in Yakutsk, private cars remain a cornerstone of daily life, whether for commuting to work, travelling between remote settlements, or ferrying children to schools. But extreme low temperatures present a major challenge. Any vehicle left unprotected can freeze solid in a matter of hours. The first rule of car ownership in Yakutsk is insulation. Car owners commonly purchase thick, specialised blankets, or auto blankets that sit atop the engine compartment to trap any heat the engine generates. Around the vehicle's radiator grille they install additional layers of felt or tarp, and they also protect the underside with more robust insulating materials. Window insulation is equally important. Some owners place a second layer of window, often a transparent plastic film or an additional pane, to create a pocket of air that helps stave off frost buildup. Because keeping an engine warm is paramount, Yakutian drivers often adopt two extreme strategies. One is to store cars all winter in heated garages, expensive, but the only sure way to keep a car above freezing without constant idling. Maintaining a consistently heated garage, however, is no easy task. In -50 degrees Celsius weather, even a brief power outage could lead to serious problems with the water and heating pipes. Garage insulation must be top-notch, adding to cost and upkeep. As a result, not all residents have access to heated garages. The second strategy is more radical: mothballing, and leaving the car outdoors to freeze for the entire winter. Owners remove the battery, drain certain fluids, and simply wait until spring. Only when temperatures climb to more bearable levels do they attempt to thaw the vehicle out again, sometimes by using industrial diesel-powered heaters, or by towing the car to a workshop where specialised hot air blowers run for hours, gently warming the frozen engine and fluids. Indeed, it can take 2 to 3 hours with a heat blower to thaw a fully frozen engine block. For those who rely on daily driving, neither a heated garage nor months-long storage is always practical. Thus, some locals keep their cars running more or less non-stop from October until April. This means pulling into driveways, work parking lots, or shopping centres with the engine idling, ensuring fluids do not freeze. Such a practice, however, is punishingly expensive in terms of fuel consumption. Tyres left in the same spot for too long can also flatten and deform in the intense cold. Nevertheless, for some Yakutians, the certainty of a reliably warm running engine can make the difference between making it safely home or being stranded. Despite the popularity of private cars, public buses remain a crucial mode of transport, especially for those who do not own vehicles or who live in areas where maintaining a car in deep winter proves prohibitive. The extreme cold poses many challenges for Yakutsk's bus system. Operators must schedule extra maintenance as engine blocks, brakes, and hydraulic lines need constant inspection to ensure no fluid has congealed or frozen. Engine oil can become viscous and batteries lose charge faster in sub-zero conditions, so bus depots typically keep vehicles in large, heated garages overnight. Those that must remain outdoors or run partial routes face the same dilemma as private cars: either keep them idling or risk a no-start situation in the morning. Bus exteriors in Yakutsk appear heavily modified compared to those in milder climates. Radiator grilles are often partially covered to reduce cold airflow, and extra insulation around the driver's seat keeps operators from losing feeling in their feet and hands during extended routes. Inside, older models historically relied on engine heat alone, but many newer or retrofitted buses have secondary heaters to maintain a safe temperature for passengers. Double-glazed windows or special window films are common, helping reduce ice buildup that could obstruct driver and passenger visibility. Ensuring a consistent schedule is also notoriously difficult. In winter, roads can become nearly impassable, and sudden blizzards create white-out conditions. Streets may vanish under swirling drifts of snow, forcing buses to crawl forward at a fraction of normal speeds. Passengers often wait inside buildings until the bus arrives, rushing out at the last moment to avoid prolonged exposure to the -40 degrees Celsius or -50 degrees Celsius air. Missed connections are frequent, and an unfortunate passenger who misreads the schedule could stand on an outdoor platform for dangerously long periods. In the very coldest snaps, some routes temporarily suspend service altogether, as even the best-maintained vehicles can fail under such stress. Local authorities and transportation departments work to remedy these challenges, but the harsh climate limits options. Periodic updates of the bus fleet bring in specialised Arctic models. Some have gas-powered heating systems that can be remotely activated to warm the bus interior and engine before the driver arrives. Others run on diesel, but incorporate advanced insulation. Nevertheless, for many Yakutians, buses are a lifeline, an affordable way to move about the city or reach surrounding settlements when driving a personal car is not feasible. As cold as Yakutsk is, the region's vastness demands cargo trucks to transport goods to and from remote towns. Some roads exist year-round, but others appear only in winter. These so-called Zimnik roads are seasonal, formed when rivers freeze solid and snowpack hardens sufficiently to support the weight of heavy vehicles. Truckers carrying essential supplies, from food and fuel to medical equipment, rely on these ad hoc highways to deliver to otherwise unreachable locations. Driving a truck across the Zimniks is perilous. Temperatures of -40 degrees Celsius to -50 degrees Celsius are common, and if a truck's engine fails in the middle of a 200 or 300 kilometre ice crossing, the driver's survival is immediately jeopardised. For that reason, many truckers travel in small convoys, ensuring that if one truck breaks down, others can provide assistance. Spare parts, fuel, and even wood for building fires are standard items in a winter trucker's emergency kit. Maintenance is constant, engine oil rated for -60 degrees Celsius, coolant specially mixed to avoid freezing, and well-insulated cabs. Even then, drivers can suffer from numb extremities if the heating system struggles. Stories of trucks becoming trapped in unexpected thaws or falling through cracked ice highlight the danger. Additionally, though snowplow crews sometimes maintain parts of the Zimnik routes, drivers may also find themselves forging fresh tracks through chest-deep snow. Bridges are almost non-existent in these remote winter routes. Frozen river crossings serve as the main roads. Truck cabs often have improvised additional insulation, from taped-up windows to thick blankets pinned around doors. Some owners weld custom metal skirts around engine compartments to keep out the biting wind. Upon arrival in Yakutsk or another settlement, truckers frequently pay for a few nights in warm parking, heated hangars where they can defrost their rigs and perform minor repairs. Without these facilities, even an overnight stop could lead to total freeze-up. In short, hauling cargo by truck in Yakutia requires skill, caution, and a tolerance for isolation and cold beyond what most people ever experience. While the region might appear entirely dependent on roads, the truth is that rail transport also plays a crucial role. Russia's railway system, including lines that run through Siberia, has historically connected remote areas with central hubs. Although Yakutsk itself has no direct railhead within city limits, significant efforts over past decades have extended the railway infrastructure closer. The Amur-Yakutsk main line, for example, brings supplies and building materials into the broader region. Long-term visions include expansions that might one day connect Yakutsk more directly though engineering challenges in permanently frozen ground, permafrost, cannot be understated.